Obe.
By Beauty.
No.
Hello, it's a beautiful Tuesday, yes, and it is Love at Home. It is time to come into your homes again. This is where we get the opportunity to discuss issues bothering the family. This is why Love at Home is here. On Love at Home, we discuss our marital issues, our children, parenting, our love issue, what have you. This is where we want to build and rebuild our families. Today is also another interesting day, and I have special guests with me to have a very wonderful discussion on managing people with special needs. Which people do we call special needs? Do you know them? Why are they called so? Are there really some issues that we need to know? Are there some conditions that we need to relearn, learn and unlearn to know how special these people are and how we can live so that they can also be happy? Sometimes the people with special needs, sometimes they become so frustrated. They do not know how to go about it. Some parents are also frustrated. They do not know how to manage the conditions they find themselves. This, on today's program, we are going to learn, relearn and unlearn, because there are so myths bordering these conditions or these conditions. I don't know which conditions you are talking about. It can't be cerebral palsy, autism, or any other. Bring them at a time. Yes, time also. Call the children, grandparents, grandmoms, and even parents. Let's discuss this issue. It is worth discussing. I am Efia Sewa Mansa. Let's go for a quick break, and when we come back, I will introduce you to my guest for the day. And don't leave this dial. Invite your friends on Facebook, on YouTube, that yes, we are discussing on Love at Home. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hope Channel is my favorite Christian channel. The best thing about it is that you can have it everywhere you go. All you need to do is to download the Hope Channel app on your Play Store or Apple Store and get all the programs you want to watch.
Hello and welcome to Watch These Signs only on Hope Channel Ghana.
Like in the book of Macbeth, it said, be the innocent flower, but the serpent underneath it.
And here the Bible says Satan is disguised as an angel of light. So we hear, oh, Jesus, Jesus. So you think that because they are mentioning Jesus,
you might think that is Jesus.
That is you found Christianity.
You are in the den of Satan. Because of what is happening in the world today, the wildfire of occultism is spreading. That is why reigns of ministers are becoming very, very, very controversial, and yet people are using it. The source is not from the Bible.
Besides that, this show Bible discussion is not just for people who profess Christianity, but for all of us.
Hello, you are welcome back. The program is Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana, and today we are discussing managing people with special needs. I have special guests to help me do this discussion. I can't do this alone. They are well versed. We have experienced people in it, and they want to share their experience with us. On my far left, check the smile. I have a very handsome young man. I want him to mention his name, who he is, or what he does. So tell me, who are you, Mister?
My name is Ni Anyete Akodram.
Okay.
I'm the founder and president of Popo Cerebral Palsy Initiative.
Okay, that's great.
So what I do is to create awareness, to talk about cerebral palsy a lot, because people are yet to know the condition and what it's all about. Yeah, so that's what I do.
I love your energy for this. God bless you for this.
Thank
You see the smile. It is coming. Yes, next to her, next to him, another beautiful young woman. Please talk to me. Who are you?
My name is Angela.
Okay.
Anyele. I always put that's my middle name, and Akujiram.
All right.
I'm a lawyer
All right.
and a graphic designer as well,
Okay.
and the company secretary for Popo Cerebral Palsy Initiative. So,
Great.
yes, that's what I do.
Wow. That's nice.
Ni
Right.
Odoi Akujiram,
Uh-huh.
my children.
Okay. So I have the whole family here. I guess it's
Yeah.
only the mama who is not here.
Yeah.
The mama or the mama at home.
Yeah.
So mommy, shout out to you wherever you are. Yes, so you are all welcome, the Akujiram family,
Thank
to
you.
help us through this discussion.
Thank you.
I look at this topic to be very engaging, and it's worth discussing it.
Yeah.
What is your take on it, Niaite?
Well, people with special needs are people with special needs are people that have special kind of abilities. So my way disability is it's not the DIS, it's THIS. That's the way I spell my disability.
THIS.
Then ability.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this,
Ability.
so a particular ability.
Yeah.
That is this ability,
Yeah,
not
or
this ability.
kind of ability.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
That is what I tell people, that we can change the motive and everything about disability. Yeah. So that's what.
That's interesting. Now let me come to you, Daddy. Since when did you see this ability in Ni Akujiram, Ni Ayete?
I think the first week that he was born,
All right.
you know, we know of children getting yellowish and all that. So we had to put him under the sun. That's what we were told and we got to know. But after that, there was no improvement. So we had to rush him to Kolebu. Yeah, and he went through ultraviolet rays, and then after I think 2 weeks or so, we were brought back.
Okay.
But as they grew, he has his cousin who he is older than him, just about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks. You know, 2 of them. But you could see the other Anyete development.
Okay.
His was high, his was low.
Okay.
Same way. The other boy can sit alone, can put it on the ground. He cannot. You have to support.
Okay.
That's when we again rushed
All right.
back to see the doctor. At that time, we didn't know the condition. And so they examined him and we were told, oh, it's normal. As for this, it's normal. But we came back, and as time goes on, you could see that, no, things are not moving very well. He could not sit alone. Standing, you have to hold him and all that. And they have, the moment the temperature rises, we had to, in fact, most of his childhood, we were always at the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, because when it gets high temperature, they have to admit him. But on one occasion, that was the first time we had to rush to 37. When we got there, it was in the evening. When they examined him, we came back. They said we should come the following morning. And we had to stay at the hospital for quite a long time. But there was this pediatrician, late Dr. Arnoff.
Okay.
They said he's the one we are going to meet because we are civilians.
All right.
You could see that there are other consulting rooms. People are going and ask. They say, you wait. And that was a very good doctor, pediatrician. Very. In fact, when we started going there, by then he started school, and the proprietress said, no, he doesn't fit this school. You have to send him to a special school. So I called him even and told him, he said, who said that? Just anytime you go to the school and he says that, come and call me, I'm going to see him. He said they are supposed to have inclusive education.
Okay.
They should stay with, in quotes, normal children. And where we saw that thing was very, very important was that he has some other cousin with the grandma. And when they send that cousin, a lady, when they send that cousin running, every place, so he also followed, was running. And so you see him today and you can say it's improved because he was also doing all these things. Pathfinder director, right from Labone, Mr. Prince Emmanuel, and so the mommy was also one. So every Pathfinder program and all that is good.
He was involved in
He was involved. Recently, he'll come back to that, but at a very tender age, we saw that challenge.
Okay.
But that's what God has given to us.
Yeah.
We have to make sure we get the best.
Okay, so now I'm still on you.
Yeah.
How did you welcome this whole
It was
issue?
a difficult thing.
Yes. So share some with me.
Like I told you.
I mean, I want to understand, how was your family members seeing this? I know in Africa and for Ghana, there'll be so many myths. I mean, you're going to hear so many misconceptions. I mean, so many things. What were some of the things that you heard, and why did you allow yourself not to listen to them, but decided to do the path you have taken now?
You know, with my family side, my mommy was so particular about him.
Okay.
Was so particular. They all want, what's wrong with him? And the mother's, that's the mother's mother, that's the grandmother's place. Some of the aunties, you are Unufubi, snake child. They should go and was fumbling with him. But the mother was so caring. That's her grandson. He made sure he would take care of him. You know, they need physio.
Yeah.
Very, very well. But he didn't go. We didn't have, we were introduced by the doctor to 37. We went once, but the physiotherapist, there's no. So we didn't go there.
Okay.
And so, but the grandmother will massage him, he takes care of him so well.
So from all that you are saying, you are trying to tell us that you were fortunate, you had the support of the family.
That's the
and I'm sure somebody is listening to us now, he's not getting the support, and so that person is devastated.
Yeah.
But that is why today we are here.
Yeah.
We want to encourage you, if you are going through that it is well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Ni Aite is now a full-grown man and he's an IT what? Ni, I want you to say it yourself.
Because of my social work too, I IT socialist.
Okay, IT socialist. I'm sure your child would also get there one day.
Yeah.
Now, let me come to you, Ni Ayete. We were talking about inclusive education. You didn't go to the special school. How did you manage yourself in the midst of other children when you were going to school? When they were doing PE, they were running here and there. Were you partaking? Or they would tell you, no, you are sick, sit down, don't run. How was school life for you?
Well, I thought that honestly, the schools I've been to, well, it's like, from the way I see my friends, they're like, for them, I'm just like any of them.
Okay.
You see, the problem with children is that unless you tell them not to play with them, they won't play with you.
They don't know any segregation.
They don't know anything.
Yeah.
So unless you tell them that this child,
Don't play with him.
don't play with this child, he would.
You also get his
Yeah.
condition.
Yes.
Yeah. But then my friends loved me, my classmates loved me. It's also some of the things I couldn't do that they helped me a bit.
Okay.
I had lovely classmates.
All right.
That's all I think. I had lovely classmates.
So what were some of the things that you couldn't do that people had to help you?
Well,
Before he
writing
comes
slow.
in, yes, it's very slow. The condition
It's part
is
of the
part
condition.
of the
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah.
And so, slowness, like when he got to class 1, he has a very, God works in mysterious ways. Some of the teachers, that he got, some are very good mothers. Class 1, what happened was that this teacher realized he's a good student. He understands everything that is being taught. So when it's exams time, you bring him to whilst everybody bring him to the table, has the questions, then ask, what's this question? Answer it. Then you do it.
Okay.
Then the teacher immediately marks.
Okay.
That's how
Okay.
he was doing it.
So
That
there was
helped
some special attention for him.
Yeah, for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Nia, I'm still coming to what were some of the things that you couldn't do that your friends had to help you?
Well, like my dad said, the slowness is the thing. The slowness. Yeah. The slowness makes you not to do everything. Yeah. Because when you can't finish this one, you can't go to the next one, that kind of thing. So it's like that. Yes.
Now, Angela,
Yeah.
you are the secretary to this foundation. With all the rounds and the advocacy you've been having concerning cerebral palsy, what do you see as the challenge in Ghana? Are we understanding what you are putting out there? And if not, how can we do it?
I think that so far, so good, because even though initially people didn't know about the condition, and mind you, cerebral palsy is the commonest child disability in the world, amongst all other disabilities. It's very common, but people do not understand. And like you're saying, in Ghana, people don't know what it is, and so the advocacy has helped. I mean, we've been to schools, because even though he said that he had classmates who helped, there were also very mean ones. So it was difficult sometimes for him. And so when he decided to do this, we couldn't just sit back. So
yeah.
more awareness. We think that we want to reach more people. But the challenge is, like Daddy said, we were fortunate that we had help from outside our immediate, our nuclear family, outside the 4 of us. We had help from the extended family, getting materials, because aside the slowness, drooling is the problem. Speech, even worse. I mean, some of my friends would say that, oh, Bani talks so well. I'm like, it took time.
Did you have to get him a speech therapy?
Not at that time.
Okay.
But
there were no...
At that time, they weren't in the system.
We are talking about early 90s.
They weren't in the system.
So
I think
there was only one
in the whole...
and the person was at Tema. So we couldn't get him. We couldn't get him.
Okay.
But now it's almost all over.
The awareness, we have a lot of work to do, but people have embraced it. But the other side to it is those who are affected by these conditions. So whether it's the person themselves or their families, what we realized, unfortunately, is the families are almost never complete, because people are inspired when they see Daddy going around and talking and all these things. Mommy couldn't have done the hospital visits alone.
That is true.
And yet he was present. But it's almost non-existent in Ghana, where fathers are present. No, you go to some of these special groups and it's mothers that are there. You will not find fathers. I mean, Daddy is on a page, and the page is what? Special mothers group. The fathers are nowhere to be found, or they are probably there but not involved. And so these people, some can't even work because the stigma goes as far as, because you have this kind of child, you are cursed, and so you can't work.
Do you hear that often?
Oh yes.
Where people...
Even with him.
Share some with us.
Like Daddy said.
What are some of the things, real things you hear about Nia?
Snake child, what's that?
Saliva boy.
Saliva boy. He had that a lot. Well, yeah. But snake child,
it's
they call like, you are cursed. You should be thrown into forests for animals to I mean, you hear, but it's so close. Sometimes, I mean, people advise my mom so many times, sometimes even part of her family does, oh, we can go here and get this help get this.
Is it that people associate this to spiritual things instead of medical or other conditions?
I mean, there was a story at Kolebu where somebody was sitting at the door to where these children are taken to be taken care of.
Not at the door.
Where?
You know, if physio, when they are coming, the person might be at the studio, the other studio. And then when you are sending, come. You will go around, go and dump the child there. They are going to kill the child.
Why? They feel it's contagious?
No, they
don't want
condition the parents' mind to the fact that they will not amount to anything.
Oh,
so I can take you somewhere and they kill the children. Before they realize the person had caused so much havoc, so many children had been killed.
But later they got to know, and she was arrested and jailed.
But aside that, with cerebral palsy here in Ghana, most people don't grow beyond a certain age. We don't really find adults. There are very few adults in Ghana. And that is, we believe, I can't say for a fact that some of the parents just
You know,
like
we were,
they get them, they will do something for them to die so they can have peace.
Yeah.
We were-
yeah.
we
And
were-
Sometimes they look at the trouble they had to go through,
And they just
monetary, finances, not
Very
being able
difficult.
to work and all that. So, Daddy, did you also, were you having that challenge of financing and all that? How did you manage it?
financing.
Yes.
She's my child.
Is it expensive?
Oh yeah.
It's expensive. It's
Buying
expensive.
drugs for seizures and all
And
that.
all that. He was
Yeah.
put on weekly medication, Camoquin, and then also, apart from the hospital, we had a medical doctor who has also gone into research into plant, and so he was getting the medicine. I don't know whether there's an office here, Relish.
Oh yeah, relish.
Relish. The doctor went into that. So we were going there Sabbath.
Yeah. Okay.
We go to Sabbath school and then rush to the doctor. He'll take care of him. He will give us the medicine. We had a book called God's Pharmacy.
Okay.
Those medicines are in. They have written everything. Then we come back, we take. So it's expensive. That's why most of them are,
Overwhelmed.
yeah, they can't pay for those things. Very. Me, where I worked, they take care of them.
All right.
If I go to hospital, I send the receipts. They pay.
So you were fortunate.
Yeah,
you had the
fortunate.
support.
Yeah.
Okay, you had
Fortunate.
the support. Now,
Fortunate.
me, Anita, I want to understand you. How are you able to communicate your needs? How do you do that? Are they able to understand you? How do you do it? Is it difficult is it difficult for you to communicate your needs? Is it also difficult for them to understand your needs?
When you say needs, which kind of needs?
Oh, needs as in what you need
As a human.
as a human being.
Your dresses, your shirts, your shoes, your food.
Oh, for that yeah. Well, growing up, it was only my sister who I could communicate better through to my parents.
Okay.
That is what I want. That is what I want. That's not what I want. So, yeah.
She's the one who interprets. Sometimes when he talks, we do not understand.
what he's saying.
Except Angela comes in.
So
Yeah.
if Angela is not there,
Then
then
this one-
Nyanite is in trouble.
He gets so frustrated.
Frustrated.
It's
Yeah.
actually baby language, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because
yeah,
we're
sibling
Yeah,
sibling
closer
vibes.
or
understand
something.
Yeah,
that.
sibling
Like,
vibes.
yeah,
difficult
and that's
thing.
one thing with cerebral palsy, or probably most disabilities. When they are not able, some people tend to think that they are quick-tempered
or
or
angered, easily
this thing.
angered.
No,
Yeah.
you don't understand them,
That
and you're
is
not
true.
making it easy for them to communicate their needs.
Yes.
So they tend to get
Because they can't
frustrated.
talk
And for
properly.
those with cerebral who can't even speak, they fight like because they are in pain constantly. They can't speak, so their speech is not coming,
Properly.
and it's a frustrating thing. And I think that if we don't get, for those watching, if you don't get anything from this way, you need to be kind generally to everybody. But
That
you
is
need
very
to be
important.
extra kind to people with special needs,
Yeah.
because everybody can amount to something.
Yeah,
Everybody has the potential. Everybody has the purpose for which God has brought them here.
Okay.
And so like God says, He doesn't give you more than you can carry. He knows you can, and that's why He's giving it to you. So we need to be kind with our words, with our actions and everything, because they didn't ask to be here and to be the way they are. No.
Now, Uncle Nee,
Yeah.
when you started telling us how it started, he said he was born. You realized that he was turning to yellowish. And somebody told you to put him under the sun. You did that. You were still not seeing results. So you had to rush to the hospital. Do you think if you had done that earlier, you wouldn't have gotten to this one?
Right. Right. You know, research is out now. And so they are saying the moment you see it, that the child, you know, is getting that kind of rush, don't stay for one day. Immediately you see rush, and then it can. Because we have one of the boys in Prince Emmanuel. Later, we were discussing this issue, and he said, hey, my son also had it too. But we rushed him to the hospital, and immediately, that's why he is okay. So people, the moment you see it, you have to rush to the hospital. There's also these possibilities. That's, they say, delayed delivery. It's also because his was delayed.
Okay.
He had to. I have not driven by that before. Over speeding. Yes. Instead of Kolibu, we had to rush to Reach.
Because that one was closer.
When they got there, they had to carry mommy and got in. So the moment we reached there, no, he was. He came out, and that's where.
So this saying where you hear people saying that this family is cursed. That is why they are having. It is neither here nor there.
At all.
There are conditions that can happen to anybody. And so we all need to be on our guard.
Yeah.
As parents, when you take a seed, you have to visit the hospital. Make sure and observe your child every day. You should stop listening to people. Put the child under the sun. Then 247, the child will be under the sun, and there will be no show. You know the child. So when something is not right, quickly take the person to the hospital so that they can manage it. Now, I want to understand. Now you're a full-grown, nice gentleman. And I saw the way you were thanking your daddy on his 70th birthday for how well he has helped you to live. And I was really touched. How are you managing this and work? Are you able to get into the normal working environment? If I say normal, I hope you understand me. Or you not? Normal working environment. Is it easier for people to recruit you, or they say, or they tell you stories?
That's another story.
It's actually difficult when it comes to recruitment.
Wow.
Because people just see me and they refuse me the job. They don't try to see what I can do. I remember one time I was looking for a job, and then I got to a work. I would say the work.
No, there's no need. Yeah.
I got there, and then the receptionist, some cheap work I could actually do. Receptionist, but then that wasn't the work I was looking for. She saw me and she was like, what are you looking for here? Do you think we're employing disabled beggars here?
Oh.
And I was like, this is my CV. Just look at it. You could see that I'm very much qualified for the job. She told me, she started insulting me, saying all kinds of things and all that. So I had to collect my CV and just leave. When I came, I just went straight to my room, just shut my door and then went to sleep. I buried my face in the pillow.
Wow.
Yeah. But then all the same, it's good. I understand her because she doesn't know
The condition.
the condition, and she doesn't know my capabilities of what I'm doing, what I can do. So it's normal. It's a normal thing. That's what my sister said. We need to create more awareness, and that is what my foundation is all about. Yes.
Okay, so how special are you?
God's chosen person.
Ah, I love that. Yes, I know, God's
Yeah.
chosen person. But again, beyond God's chosen person, how special are you?
Very special.
Very, how?
Very special.
What makes you unique?
Well, I like people. I don't want. Well, I like people. I don't want to see people go through a lot. I'm actually the kind of person that I'll rather let myself be in pain than to see others be in pain.
Wow.
Yeah.
God bless
That's true.
you for that heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
that is it.
I like the way Angela is saying, yeah, that is true. Yes, you can feel it. Yeah, so you want to add more?
I think that will help him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
sometimes we wonder when his friends. So Daddy is very much involved in our lives, even as adults. I mean, my friends will attest. So shout outs to all Hobsons.
Aye, okay. Holy people,
Yeah.
they are here.
Some of them have known him since I've been in Holy Child, and they are warm, and they are. I mean, he doesn't need to be treated extra special and feel they just want to be with everybody.
Okay.
So that's all he needs. And naturally, I realized that he's likable. For those who want to get to know him, he's just likable. Because sometimes we wonder the friends, and he's telling you that I'm going here, I'm going to my friend's wedding, or I'm going to do this. He's very much involved in charity. And it's not just about his foundation.
Shame.
He will tell you that, I've joined this group of friends to go and do some
His
donations and all. And his
birthdays.
birthdays for, I think, 3 years now.
Yeah.
3 years. He started with sharing food on the streets, and it's not out of the abundance of what he has.
Yes.
It's actually
Support
out
from-
of
Thoughts,
probably support from
the
people.
thoughts, the
And
love.
people just, in as much as there are people who would not like him or want him, there are more people who actually do like him and want him in their space.
That's
And
great.
sometimes I tease, I'm like, I don't know what they are seeing in
You
you, cry, that
you.
they are
No,
doing
this one is
but
this one is sibling vibe. Yes, sibling vibe, and I understand
You
that.
know?
My lovely viewer, the topic is becoming more interesting, and yet
Yeah.
we are learning a lot. But we need to go for a quick break. Remember, we are discussing managing people with special needs, and Niaete has told us who these special people are and how special they are. Let's go for a break. When we come back, we continue with our discussion. We'll right back. Remember, you can send in your contributions, suggestions, 20559 680066. Thank you.
Today on The Apprenticeship. A new show is coming to Hope Channel Canada. Learn how to love, serve, and be like Jesus with Rebecca and Douglas Pereira on The Apprenticeship. Join Rebecca and Douglas as they walk in Jesus' footsteps through the Gospel of Luke. Discover how God shapes each of us for a godly purpose. And learn what it means to be a rescue worker with God.
Real Talk is back. After a brief break, we are thrilled to let you know that we are back stronger, bolder, and even more active than ever.
When he makes you feel that what you are doing is senseless, who are you? Sit down. When we are talking, you don't talk. When he began to control you with the power that I am the man of the house. So when I tell you to shush, you need to shush. Don't go there, you don't go there.
We've truly missed you, and we are excited to reconnect and dive into the conversations that matter most. Each week, we take on issues, challenges, and experiences you share with us. Real Talk, a space where real stories meet real solutions.
Hello, you are welcome back, and thank you so much for not leaving us. We are still discussing managing people with special needs, and my able and super guest is Mr. Ni Ayete Akujram, and then Angela, and then Uncle Ni. We are discussing a special need on cerebral palsy today. But it may cover other conditions. I still want to come to you. This may be a bit private, no problem. How are you able to manage yourself with women? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have plans of getting married? How is it like?
He's looking at me.
Oh, that is, yeah. I've started a sensitive point, right? Okay, please don't look at me. Look at me. Is there any plan like that? Me. Yeah.
Well, the girlfriend matter is, well, I do have a girlfriend.
That's great.
And then,
is it one?
Ah.
Don't mind Daddy.
Please answer me. Don't mind Daddy.
Daddy.
He has one girlfriend. Daddy, I've answered you. Me, please, let's move on.
well, it's a normal vibe. Like everybody is a girlfriend and all that. Yeah, we chat a lot. We are friends. We are everything. It's just a normal vibe.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want me to feel like I'm a special person or something like that. Yes, she doesn't allow that. She doesn't allow people to disrespect me and all that.
That's great.
Yeah, so.
Oh, shout out to her wherever she is.
Yeah.
We will not mention anybody's name, so you shout out to you, that special friend.
Whoever it is.
Thank you. Now, Daddy, you made mention of the fact that you had support. So for people who may not be fortunate, will not be fortunate to get the support, what do you have to tell them?
My one disappointment, most especially, is the men who run away from.
Okay.
Right now, we have adopted a group of people at Dodowa. There's
the health directorate.
The health directorate, but the lady.
Yeah.
Is
Daniela. She's an occupational therapist.
Occupational therapist. Organizes the mothers over there. Their issue is that the men run away. And like Angela said, they cannot do any work. One lady told us that she was having an oven, she bakes bread and all that. the moment
See a child.
the child know, they stop.
People stop patronizing.
Yes. And so the whole thing broke down. You know, so we are trying to raise funds to support them.
her.
Support the entire group. We are going to teach them how to make soap with so many things.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't, we were being advised that even we label it, and then we sell, and then get the
proceeds for her.
For them, for all of them.
It's a group of women
a group
with
of
children
people.
Different disabilities.
So I want to advise, most especially the men, try. That's what God has given you. With that love, the moment you give them love, their mind also changes, because they are also human beings who understand things. You might think, oh, it's a child, but when you are doing that, then she will realize, hey, so people do not like me, even my father. So those are some of the discouraging issues
that you want to bring to bear.
Like he said, you know, we do everything with him. Everything. My family, I have not realized any of my side of family who doesn't want. The moment they see him, no, hey, assemblyman. That's how my family people say, because all over in our community, everybody is our, and he has a lot of friends. The moment he's in the car, and you see a lot of people who are calling him. Yes, because that's how he is. And he has seen that people accept him as...
That is it.
Yeah.
That is.
So the men, families should support children with that. So when they see him wherever, when we have programs and they come together, everybody, calls that I get, so how are you managing?
Yes.
And how we are so impressed with him, can do anything.
I think the inclusion really helped. The inclusion
very
really
well.
helped. But there are some which the inclusion may not help. So it may be case by case. I'm sure. It may be case by case.
I think that for you to overcome the stigma, you may not get help from out there, but once you accept and
yourself
take
first.
the challenge, because it's a huge task, but
difficult.
It can be done.
Yes.
And so you take the challenge and support yourself. I know in Ghana here, we have very few laws that can help them to be included.
Because you were a legal person, I was coming to you. Actually, I was coming to you. I wanted Daddy to finish, but you came in.
Okay.
I was coming to the legal aspect, or the government, what the government is doing to support.
So there are some implementations, especially on assembly levels. But some of these things people don't know, and so they are not able to access these help. So there was a time that municipal assembly, that's LADMA, Ladade Kutupong Municipal Assembly, gathered them and actually asked them what they wanted and what they needed, because some wanted something small to do this, and so he wanted a computer, and they actually did buy the computer and give money to set up this thing, and they do follow up to actually get to know. They come home and do all those things. So that's one clue. People with such who are affected by whatever disabilities can access their municipal assembly or district assemblies or metropolitan, wherever you find yourself. You can actually access these things and find out when because it's part of their budget.
Okay.
But you know, as we are humans,
if you don't ask, you don't get it.
So I'm letting them.
But the issue
know.
is people do not know.
Yes.
So it is good you're talking about it here.
Yes, but implementation, and it's not just with people with laws that govern people with disability. It's actually general, like how to enforce, how to implement this thing. Ghana is still growing and Ghana is still getting there. So sometimes it takes groups like us to push for some of these things to be done.
Angie, has the disability bill been passed now? The bill. It is still the 2006 one that we did. Is it still at the parliament? It's still not been passed.
No, because we would have heard about it. But I'll find out and let you know and let it get out there. But it's difficult. That's why organizations like us come out there and want to help, because governments also cannot do it alone.
So we all need to trumpet this. I
yes.
remember
sometimes
last year,
it's not your legs cannot go.
That is true.
But your money can go.
That is true. So whatever avenue, we need to trumpet it.
Yes.
Last year I had people with disability association, and we did a whole 1 week program with them, and this issue of the bill came in, where they have access to education, they have access to jobs, but they are not getting. Some are teachers, they are blind, but they are being refused and all that. That is how come I had to ask the same question. But I'm sure, as you just said, it is still somewhere there. So we all need to trumpet it and see where it gets to.
I will urge my fellow learned colleagues that sometimes some of these issues come up, like somebody needs just to be heard in court, for instance, because there's been an instance, and that is very worrying to Anyete and to myself, I mean the family. Because we know how the supports that he got, but some schools, for instance, will turn away students who have gone through the school. And I'm talking about mainstream school. I'm not talking about special schools. Okay. So they've gone through the school, and it's time to write BEC, for instance. And the headmaster will say that you spoil our record, so I will not let you write. Yes.
But he admitted the child.
And just for this thing. But when it comes to the main exam, he's like, I'll not let. And it's not once. It's not once. Meanwhile, you know, WAEC actually has a system.
That is true.
That when you have a child with disability, you go to them. So Daddy talked about slowness for Anyete. So if you need more time, and they actually extended the time. The headmistress went to WAEC and all those things. And they made provision for him because they knew that the time, I mean, I am when I was in the law school, for every year, I had at least one person with disability, a blind person. I think I got every year.
Last year there was one man who had
so there are two.
Yeah.
A blind man and then a deaf man.
Yes.
And they were called. They have a special place they go and write their exam. University of Ghana has a center for disability that they write exams and all those things. But I'm telling people out there, there are solutions out there, but knowledge, and that's why some of us will go out there and try and give that knowledge. But the government reaches more people, and they need to let people know out there what the solutions are. We are not there yet totally, but I think that we are making progress.
We are making progress. Niaite, are you able to wash your own stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Are you sure?
I do. I can do it, but then
okay.
Mommy says she do it because of the water.
By the time he finishes,
I could use a whole lot of water. Well, I like water a lot, so when there's a little bit of small water, like I can't do it.
You can't do it. You need more. I understand. So, okay. So now let me start with you, Daddy. Your final words and advice to the general our audience
They
and
should-
our viewers. Then I come to you. Then I come to you. Then
They should accept these conditions. They should not, and it's not, how do I say, spiritual thing. It's not spiritual. It's physical things that you go to hospital and get. So they should take the people as they are and let them also move through school, most especially school, because when you go through school, things open for you. So they should allow the children to grow. They shouldn't make them those kind of things. So that's my word. And fathers, please, please don't run away from the children. And when you run away, then the mothers, because of the children, they cannot work. When it's in an institution, tomorrow hospital, tomorrow this and that, they also do not want. And there are no, parents should also help their children with such. Right now, if you are on retirement or something, you have a grandchild who has this.
You need to support.
Yeah, support, so that the mother could also go to bring money to support them. Because like I said, physio is very expensive. And they go at least twice in a week. At least. And by the time. So what we also need to do is to push so that they can put it on the national
insurance card.
So that it will help them. Because the bones are weak. And so when you do exercises, it's a very good swimmer because of Papanda. We go through training, he plays football and all those things. So
that's great.
People should give them the chance also. Yeah.
Yeah, Ite. Advise us. What do you have to tell us?
Well, for people with disabilities, you shouldn't give up. You shouldn't give up on yourself. Yes. Just do what you can and leave the rest for God. Yes. You shouldn't sit at your comfort zone. You should try new things. Try anything your hands can be on, because we are also part of the world of work. So we should also try to do things that can bring us income, because when you grow up, your parents will not be there, your families might not be there. You should be able to have a family and take care of yourself too. So, yeah, that's it.
Well, now, Angie, please advise us and give us the foundation's contact number and information if we need to reach out to you, or if somebody wants to be part of you to propagate this good news or to trumpet it harder than what you guys are doing. Then you know.
So we must come together as a community and accept that if we are all different, and so people with special needs are not that different. They just have, like I said, different abilities, and if we take our time to nurture them, they will come out as assets for us as a nation and as a people or whatever community they find themselves. And people, you see people like Anyete and you are proud, and but there's a lot of work that has gone in, and whatever support you can give as a community, it will help. And also, groups like us will still try as much as possible to help. As much as we can, will help. And so, like you said, the foundation's number is Anyete. He's the face of the foundation for a reason, because people see him and are motivated, and they can see that, okay, so my child can be somebody if I support and if I invest in them. And so the number to call is 024 518 2115.
Please say it again.
024 518 2115.
And the name of the foundation is?
POPO Cerebral Palsy Initiative. Yes. And you can follow Ainte. You get all the info you want to know about cerebral on Facebook, on Inoki Popo. That's the name.
Yes, yes.
And
that is what I saw on Facebook.
That's thanks to Philo, one of our cousins, and she's the one who gave him the name. For whatever reason, I don't know, but we have grown up with it. And so just accept. I mean, we are all one people, and we can this thing. But you can contact us. You'll be speaking to Ainte on when you call, but we are all around, and we are just here to support. Yes.
All right. My lovely viewer, all too soon, our time is up, and I'm sure you have heard a lot, that there is nothing like spirituality in this issue. It can happen to anybody. Just be observant as you are giving birth, be observant in taking care of the children, and we should be careful with the myth, the hearsays, the misconceptions out there. It is not true. Take your child to the hospital for proper diagnosing so that quicker or faster attention could be given to them. You know, we have special people throughout the whole world who are doing great and wonderful things. The likes of Nick, who has no legs, and he's the greatest motivational speaker. When he's encouraging you, you'll be marveled. We have people who could not read, who could not write. They were just imagining things. They didn't know how to hold pen and write. Today, they are giving us meaning or foundations to live on this earth. And Ayete is also more than that. He's also doing his part. So I want to encourage you, parents, do not throw that child away. Don't hide that child. Bring him or her out. Yeah. Seek for support. Seek for advice. People are there to help you, because that is the gift God has given to you. You do not know what this child will end up with. We need that child to be alive. Same time next week, when I come into your homes again on Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana. Thank you. I am grateful. Continue having this discussion. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye.